jump into State Your Case here, Cole. Wanted to talk a little bit NFL draft and all the crazy stuff surrounding that. First off, let me get your opinion on Carson Wentz. I like the pick. I think in this day and age, you kind of have to go for that. If you think a guy's going to be a franchise quarterback, you got to go up and try to get him if you can. No matter what Sam Bradford thinks, he's basically a stopgap. He's basically a stopgap.
That's a whole different story with Sam Bradford.
But I'm in favor of the pick. I think the kid's a winner. Yeah, he played at Division I AA, but he's got the size, he's got the arm, he's got the athletic ability, and here's a kid who was injured for a lot of the year, came back in the championship game of that 1AA, really hadn't played in a couple of months, goes out there and just wins the game. And that says a lot about the coach who wanted to reinstate him over a guy who had won 8 games in a row for them.
He comes out and wins a game, and they won like 37-10 against Jacksonville State. But I've kind of been going back and forth with guys at work, they gave up too much. Well, the thing is, they haven't had a franchise quarterback since McNabb.
Right.
They've gone, say, 5-6 years of trying to figure out, okay, maybe Kevin Cobb's the guy. Kevin Cobb had like 10 concussions in like 2 years. Mm-hmm. Well, less than that, but got traded to Buffalo for a draft pick. Michael Vick comes in. He lights the world on fire the first season he started, gets a $100 million contract, gets hurt. Then it's Nick Foles, back to Mike Vick. Then it's Nick Foles. Nick Foles throws for 27 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. And now we're at Sam Bradford. Sanchez was intermixed in that whole mess now too. But you need to make this move because, yes, they gave up too much. Who knows? Maybe a few years from now, you can say, okay, they blew that draft by shipping off 5 draft picks. But at the same time, if they hit with Carson Wentz, they now have a franchise quarterback for the next 10-plus years, and they don't need to figure out who's going to be the quarterback next year because Eagles now have a young quarterback that is a proven winner, willing to work his butt off day in and day out, and they don't have to worry about Sam Bradford throwing a hissy fit next year because, let's face it, after next year, after his tryout again, he's ticked off. He's going to play his butt off. Eagles are going to trade him and get draft picks for it. So in the end, there's going to be less draft picks that they're shipped out and more coming from Bradford because, let's face it, the Cleveland Browns probably will miss on their quarterback selections. There's a lot of teams that are sort of tinkering between certain quarterbacks that they're trying to draft people without signing, I wouldn't say proven quarterbacks, but somebody with the experience in the league.
I'll let you take the lead on this. Laramie Tunsil, the guy who got drafted out of Mississippi he got drafted by the Miami Dolphins, and obviously I'm sure everybody saw the craziness that went on prior to the draft with the video leaking on Twitter of him with the gas mask and the marijuana. And take it away, Cole. State your case on this guy.
It was just one of the most bizarre Thursdays. This guy's projected to be top 3. They were saying there's some off-the-field issues that were bothering some teams. And then 13 minutes before the draft, this video leaks. And then suddenly his Twitter account gets deleted. The video gets deleted. But you can't delete something because once somebody sees it, it's going to be retweeted from all sorts of media outlets. Right. I saw it. I retweeted it. And then there's the text leaks of him taking money from Ole Miss, which is it just opens up a whole other can of worms for Ole Miss to have to fight of paying their athletes money. The whole marijuana thing, I get it. And even Mark Dominic said it the other day that, let's face it, there's kids in high school that are smoking marijuana now. There's kids from high school all the way up to the NFL that are doing it. And even Dan Lebatard, I was listening to the Lebatard show yesterday. He was saying we pay these players to basically bash their brains in, essentially, with the CTE that's coming out. Marijuana shouldn't be that big of an issue. Yes, it is still. Yes, there's some states that have it legalized. There's some states that don't have it legalized. But my biggest issue with Laramie Tunsil is you get taught to be careful what you put on social media.
Yeah, I think that's the lesson here is not, obviously you don't want your players involved in that kind of stuff, but the judgment really is a red flag for me. Taking video of this kind of stuff, having it out there with your buddies and all that stuff. It really is a good teaching moment for coaches at the high school level, at the college level, to really drive home that impact of what you do on social media can come to define you. And to me, I don't know. I'm not really comfortable taking a guy with that many red flags.
Well,
I understand the risk versus reward at that pick, number 13, but I don't know. I got a bad feeling about a guy like that who has that kind of track record.
Well, it's that track record, and then he's getting sued from his stepdad for supposedly he beat up his stepdad. I don't understand. Like you were saying, from high school, the high school coaches are always telling you, be careful what you post on social media. When you get to that level, say junior, senior year, and you're getting recruited, you're a top talent in the state, and you're getting recruited by these D1 programs, even Division III programs, they're going to type in your name on Facebook, type in your name in Twitter.
Yep.
And if there's certain videos, whether it's drinking, smoking marijuana,
bullying, anything like that,
tweeting, say racist things or profanity-laced comments towards, say, women, things of that nature, they're going to catch on to that. But how you let somebody hack into your account? What was your password? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Like, right. How did people just easily hack in your account and post this video? And I don't know how long ago this video was. People were saying it was in high school. To me, it looks fairly recent because right when he took the gas mask off, I knew it was him right off the bat.
Yeah,
like he still had the same 2 earrings in at the draft. I knew it was him right off the bat. It looks like it was in a dorm room. It looks like it was him at Ole Miss.
Right.
And then you look at Ole Miss in general. You have Robert and DJ. Same thing. He jumped out of a 2-story hotel room and they found marijuana in his room. You look at that recruiting class of those 3 guys that got drafted this year. Laquan Treadwell, Robert and DJ, Laramie Tunsil. 2 of them have red flags. You just hope they learn from it and don't turn into a Josh Gordon or a Justin Blackman, where, let's face it, they sat on the field for 1 year, maybe even less than that, and they've been banned for over a year now. Josh Gordon tried to reinstate, and he's now banned until he has 3 months of clean drug tests.
Right.